I am here just after getting my hair transplant done. This was actually the second time I got my hair transplant. The first time was 3 years back. I just realized that it was such an empowering experience to have your hair transplanted, right? There's a lot of confidence that happens when you go out and talk to your friends. I used to hide in all the group photos, which was not the case. And that's how I ended up deciding that I needed a second round of hair transplant that is more on the top side. The first was more on the front side. But this time, a couple of differences, right? I got the first transplant done at a different center, and that experience was okay. I didn't have anything else to compare it with. The second time, I got recommended from my friend's mom, who happens to be a dermatologist, and she recommended the Dr. Venkataram clinic for the hair transplant. And I have to say, firstly, that this is the best decision that I have taken. Not only just because of the hair transplant, their expertise, but the way they treat you as a whole, right? When I came here, I saw a board which said experience, expertise, and ethics, right? So I was wondering, like, how this is all coming into practice. So regarding ethics, the first thing that really made me surprised in a good way is that they never pushed me to do a hair transplant, right? I could see there were a lot of patients. I myself am a patient. I wanted to do my second round of hair transplant. So if it was any other centers, at least from my experience, they would just start the processes, right? Okay, you want to do it, let's do it. But it's very different when it comes to this center. They kind of asked me to understand, is this causing a problem to you, like socially? They were trying to assess how much I actually want to get a hair transplant done. While they have the expertise, they can always do it, but they walk you through the process, and even before that they try to understand, is it really something that you've made up your mind for? So only after I confirmed that yes, I really want a hair transplant, they explained the process even, which is not, you can't expect the same every other center, right? They would just say that, okay, I'm happy to do it for you, this is the process, this is the cost. That is not how it works here. So there's no, it's not a money-making center for that matter. It is ethics first, right? Understand the patient. If they want it, then let us walk you through the process. And that process was really beautiful again, right? They told me everything from, what to do before, how to prepare yourself for a hair transplant, what is the exact process, because it's the second time I did know a little bit of it. And most important thing about the post-transplant caring, which is something I absolutely ignored in the first hair transplant, because they did everything until the hair transplant, and they kind of did not emphasize enough how important it is to maintain whatever has been transplanted. So for the same reason, there's retention of the previous hair is affected. So this time I will make sure I'm going to take all the advice that the doctors has given me, be it the lotions, be it the PRP, and everything associated with the post-transplant care is something I have completely underappreciated in the first time. So that is another reason why I really like this center, because transplant is done, I have paid them an amount, they could just show me the door, right? That's not what happened. They again, I came here for taking out the dressing. It was not that painful, by the way. The only thing I wish I didn't do was the travel back home yesterday in the cab. That was because all the bumps and the roads in Bangalore, nothing to do with the transplantation. But I had a very peaceful sleep. So they did give me the painkillers and everything, and exactly how they have mentioned the series of events, right? That is how it has been happening. I came here and changed my dressing, and then they explained with that much care how to take care of my transplant for the first week, and for the first 2 weeks, how was it changing, and all the way until the 3 months, and until I can come back here for another consultation. So this time I feel confident. Like it's not like, okay, there is some hair that is kept there and it will just grow on its own. So I think it's more of like you are just planting a seed, and now it is your responsibility to nourish it. It's the same feeling, right? So I have the hair there, but it's not going to be growing at its full capacity or potential until I take care of it, which is what the doctors here explained me. And every doctor, right, whom I meet, it's the same thing. You get the feeling that they're not just professionals; they also care about you. So the conversations are really beautiful. Venkataram sir or Aniketh sir, all of them, like even the nurses and everybody I speak to, it's like you came there for something, but now you are with us. That's the feeling that I've been getting all along. And every time they are always approachable. Even the number that I just called from the Google, the very first number, I'm still calling the same number for anything and everything. They are very, very responsive. So I think that's it. Now let me come back after 6 months or something with the result of the hair transplant. 6 to 9 months is the ideal time. Maybe I'll come back here and say hi to everyone, and this has just been the best experience so far. Thank you.